Welcome to the Solution Podcast. We are back with another show for you.
Yes. Welcome, guys.
It's good to be back, and it's good to see all the new subscribers jumping in. It's good to see all our supporters and our non-supporters attacking us. It's all good. You keep going. Whatever you want to say, just say it. It doesn't matter. But today we are talking about: is this the end of the red pill? Ooh. Okay, taking over YouTube at the moment, or maybe not taking over YouTube. Exactly. Maybe it's the decline. Who knows? But yeah, and before we get into it, just want to say all our socials are all on fire at the moment. All the links are in the description. That's right. We've got our Facebook, Instagram. We're on the TikToks, getting views. We're on Twitter. We're everywhere. We've got a Rumble channel. We've got a Clips channel. So we're all over the internet. Give us a shout. Have a look. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you think. And don't be scared to think what you think. If you agree with it, it's okay. If you don't agree with it, that's also okay. That's also okay.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
We're here to spark a conversation.
That's it. We know there's a lot of people out there who think a certain way, but feel like they're not allowed to think in that certain way. That's right. It's okay. It's natural. It's okay to be a man. Yeah, It's okay to be a man and think masculine thoughts and
it's not too late yet.
A traditional ideal.
It's not illegal yet.
It's not illegal
yet. Actually, it's becoming illegal.
Yeah, they're trying. That's what they're working towards. If you guys don't push back and you women don't push back, because it's going to affect all of us.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
So you wait until they make testosterone illegal.
We're
all going to be screwed.
Watch, seriously. Yeah.
Okay, all right. We're to start off this topic, we have got a couple of reactions we wanna get going first. So the first one is Fresh and Fit meets Soscast live. Don't know if anyone's seen this, but Fresh and Fit did a live event with Adam Sosnik from Valuetainment. It seems like it was quite a big event, wasn't it? It was. They were promoting it on both channels quite a lot. So we're going to jump straight into this.
So we talked about this whole thing. Talked about love, and finding love, and then after love comes, some may say, marriage. Love and marriage and the baby carriage, that whole thing. So
pause. First of all, how do you feel about that statement, being married for love?
No, well, he said after love comes marriage.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the idea of marrying for love, because marriage is a duty. Marriage is not about love. Marriage is about duty. It's hard work. It takes obeying traditional roles, and that is hard work. It takes raising children. That is hard work. And in order for it to work, both the woman and the man, they have to be obeying the traditional roles. These roles are biological, and they come from our biology. That's where these roles come from. A man can't give birth, but a woman can give birth. Okay, so her role will be different from the man. A man is stronger than the woman, so because he's stronger, his role is going to be different than the woman. So these traditional roles comes from biology. So you can't. Marrying for love is just rubbish.
So do you think then it's a job? Like marriage is a job?
It's a job, yes, absolutely.
There's a full-time job for the husband. There's a full-time job for the mother.
Yes,
and they both have different roles.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I won't dispute.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the media has got everyone fooled though. Yeah, that is exactly what he's saying. It's about
love.
First comes love,
propaganda.
Love, then marriage.
Yeah,
really, it's first come marriage and then the love,
and then the love. Yeah,
love might happen.
You touched on a very important
like arranged
point.
Marriage. Like that's how they were.
No, you touched on a very important point, because love comes from the duty that you show towards another person. So, for example, the fact that, let's say me as a father, I always go to work, right? Yeah. And I'm always bringing, that's because I'm sacrificing that time.
You're showing love.
I'm showing love.
Yeah.
That's what love is. Imagine
Yeah.
someone says, "Oh, I'll meet up with you," and then he doesn't show up. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or he makes a promise to you and he never fulfills that promise. Do you see what I'm saying? Or he
Yeah.
says he's going to do something, he never does it.
Yeah.
You're not going to say that person. I don't care how many times, how long you've been friends for. You're going to look at him like that guy's a waste of time. He's not showing love. Love comes from the fact that people are willing to sacrifice something for another person. That's why it's about duty.
Yeah.
And duty is what generates love. Mo touched on a very important point there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
100%.
commitment is part of that.
Commitment is love. You can't, you know what I mean?
That's
Like,
what I was alluding to. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so we're in agreement. Because like this getting married for love is what Western world, outside of the world, is motivated by. Like, whilst before, marriage is business. Ultimately, it's business.
Yeah,
By
really.
extending your legacy, that's business. It's your family empire.
Yes.
It's your family legacy. It's business. So people should apply business principles to their marriage.
You're totally right, because originally it's about two families joining
Exactly.
and becoming more powerful.
Exactly. And that's why it's calculated. That's why you don't get married for love. You calculate to become more influential and powerful within society.
Yeah, but there's that, but there's also the, for example, as a Christian, I wouldn't want to join with someone who has a different way of thinking, like a pagan.
Culturally, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you have to be culturally in agreement.
A pagan or a Muslim or a what do you call it?
A Jew.
Yeah, exactly. And the same goes for Muslim. They don't necessarily like the idea of someone marrying outside of their religion. Do you see what I'm saying? And I think the term is called equally yoked.
Okay.
So you have to be equally yoked in all things. So, for example, of course,
like for like.
Like for like, your way of thinking is the same.
Aligned.
Your religion, your moral foundation is the same. Your beliefs all align together. It's not just a business transaction. It's also a more. It's another way to further your belief.
That's
and
true.
And what you like your moral standing, your moral beliefs, and so on and so forth. It's not just to do with business is a side of it, but that's not all there is. All it is to
it's actually to sustain that.
Yeah, it's to sustain that.
The business side is to protect the morally and culturally aspect of your beliefs. So
it's funny
deep.
because this is
deep.
we just did the first thing we've heard.
And
I think, and this is potentially what has messed up a lot of society at the moment.
Because they believe that Disney happy ever after, fall in love, and it's you could say it's disrupting society, right? The way society's ending up.
Sorry to interrupt, bro. But if you look at the history, sorry guys, we don't mean to go on too long. But if you look at the history, just look at the music. All these love songs. Disney, and the emphasis is always on falling in love. You know what I'm saying? This idea of being infatuated. You know what I mean, with another person. You see what I'm saying? That's if you look at the media, or what the media has been putting out there through Hollywood, movies, music, and so on and so forth. What they've been influencing society with. Go as far as 1950s. Just look at look at how it has evolved. The idea was always about it's just love. What's love? You know what I'm saying? It's always it's like prioritize love first. Prioritize love. You know what I mean? Forget about legacy. You know what I mean? Even when you watch those Disneys, it's about falling in love and
finding the one.
Finding the one. Yes.
The hero.
The hero.
Coming, being saved and live
all
happily
that
ever
nonsense.
after. So was you just a quick one? Was you ever into R&B?
I like R&B.
What were you?
I was not really into
I was never into R&B.
I wasn't into R&B in the sense that I was buying albums. You know what I'm saying? I was into R&B in the sense like I was like, when I heard some good song, I was like, that's all right.
There were some good songs.
Some
of the production was alright, but I didn't really.
I just saw it as nagging, just crying over some love story. Like man up, man.
I bought one R&B album, and it was from John Legend. John Legend. John Legend. John Legend, his first album. I forgot.
What was it? Ordinary People. That
No.
Oh.
That R&B album was actually like.
I remember at the time.
That was more like soul.
Yeah, that was more like soul. Yeah. Alright, let's go.
Okay.
Forget about the topic.
Oh yeah, Fresh and Fit.
Yeah. Let's go.
Before he considers getting married. We had that whole conversation. And of course, Ben Shapiro got wind of it and weighed in on it. Now, Ben Shapiro and I, although both being Jewish, could have not have any more different lifestyles as it possibly is.
Them boys in the house.
Them boys. The boys are here. Okay? So he weighed in on your thoughts on marriage.
Yeah.
And I'm more on the Myron school of things than the Ben Shapiro school of things. So we have this clip teed up. Go ahead.
Today's day and age, you shouldn't be getting married until you're at least 35.
That was my next question
As a
for you.
man.
As a man, what age
What
should
about
you
women?
consider getting married?
So I have, this is my thing that I tell guys.
Yeah.
I think 35 years old, had slept with at least 50 women, 100K per year, you're in shape, and you got 6 months to 1 year of savings.
All right, done. I got to get married. I've done all that. That's easy.
Here's the Republic right there. So that is a recipe for a terrible marriage, by the way, guys. Waiting until you're 35 and have slept with 50 women, that is a terrible recipe for marriage by every available data point. It turns out that you are much better in terms of getting married if you get married younger, if you do not have a wide variety of sexual partners.
For
All stuff
women.
about, being in shape and having money and all the rest. Like, you should try to do that, generally speaking. But this notion that you wait until you're 35, you've already made a bevy of mistakes that have shaped your character and made you much more rigid as a person, and that you should have had a basis of comparison in terms of sex of dozens and dozens and dozens of women. No, the data do not support this, and it's stupid.
I say all the time.
So, how many people agree with Ben Shapiro on this, by the way? Okay. How many people agree with myself and Myron on this? Okay. All right.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
I know some people are going to say you're just making and coping, trying to find a way to have sex with a bunch of girls. So let me ask the ladies a question. Average 25-year-old woman went to college in the United States. Okay? What do you think the average body count is? I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about your peers or women that you know, not you. Okay? On average, what do you think it is? We'll start right here and then work our way.
On average, I think it's
25-year-old girl, went to college, has a job.
It's in that 20 to 50 range, somewhere
Okay.
in that. I know
20 to 50 bodies?
Yeah.
She said, what about you?
I would say the same
Because
because
I just looked this stat up.
20 to 50?
yeah, I would say the same because the people I surrounded myself with.
What about you?
The question is, an average 25-year-old
Average
woman?
25-year-old woman,
Went to
how many
college.
sexual partners do you think they have by the time they're 25 years old in
25
the United
That
States?
went to college.
That went to college. It doesn't, keep it simple, right?
Average
or we can
20
say
okay.
didn't go to college, whatever.
25-year-old woman in
25-year-old
America.
girl in the United States, this could go based off your peers.
You're saying 20
25
plus.
You've been around.
yeah,
You're
absolutely.
saying 20 plus.
20 plus.
She said 20
30 to 50.
I said 20.
Damn.
Wow, I gotta
about
hear
you?
these
What do you
answers.
think?
Go ahead.
Well, from 3 to 10.
Hookup culture's real.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
No, I would say 10.
10? Okay.
3 to 10-ish, probably.
3 to 10, okay.
7?
I would say 10.
Yeah, I'd say the average about 10.
Ladies, one more time. This is not you. I'm talking about your peers, girls you know, a conglomerate of all the females in your life that you've come across or you've known.
Yeah, I'm definitely not talking about myself.
Okay. You said what? 3 to 10? Okay.
Just say a number, guys. Yeah, this 3 to 10 thing is
35.
35?
35.
25.
I've never even heard a girl admit 20. Not one single woman I've ever met in my entire life. We know a girl under-exaggerate their numbers, though, right? 10 to 20, probably.
Okay.
Okay. Girls on the couch?
Sadly, I know women that have had a bad count of over 100. So
By 25.
So really?
Over 100.
Well, we're saying average.
She
I
belongs
think
to
you're
the
talking
public, man.
average. You think it's 100?
Average is 100.
She said 100? Did she say 100?
we can say 80.
Shout out to Colombia in the house. What's up?
Wait. Hold on.
We're talking about the United States, right?
What?
I went to
Yeah,
school
we're
here.
talking about we're talking about the United States.
This is quite strange. Do you think subconsciously they're giving the number of what their body count actually is?
Definitely. It's by saying by your peers is an excuse to not to tell the truth without putting it on yourself.
Yeah.
It's impossible to know, but what we do know is that a woman's body count, women know this deep inside that their body count matters. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's why they don't like to give their body count away. You see what I'm saying? Because they know a man will look at them differently if they've slept with a lot of men. That's why he kept saying, I'm not talking about you. It's not about you, He kept reiterating that. He kept mentioning that just to get them to, you know what I mean, like to actually listen, relax. This is not about you.
We're not judging you.
We're not judging you because women know that their body count matters. Their body count influences whether a man will take them serious, will influence a man, and it will make a man decide whether he wants to take her seriously or not.
Like the one that got the 100. That mentioned 100. If you meet a woman by 25, body count 100, are you thinking I'm gonna introduce this woman to my mum?
Hell no.
No, not really.
Exactly.
It's gonna be tricky.
But look, he's going somewhere with this. Let's see it.
States, not Colombia, where prostitution is very common.
I went to school here. Yeah. I went to Tulane.
20?
And I would say average ballpark 80.
Damn. Okay.
80.
All right.
What? I would say
Everyone in this house is lying
I'm going
except
somewhere
me.
with this.
I would say
All right, what about you?
20.
What about you? How many you think the average woman? How many?
About 20.
20. Cool. What about you?
They're too religious.
Average, I
Yeah.
would say it's safe to say 30.
Okay.
These ladies
All
are
right,
living
let's
hot
keep
girl
going.
summer, man.
This is America, don't we?
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous.
What do you
Having
think?
all the
Seems
fun.
like normal is like probably 40.
Okay.
30.
Okay.
Not me.
Imagine that's your daughter. now.
Remember,
That's your
ladies,
daughter.
it's
I'll be
average.
crying as a dad.
What about you?
You'd be like, I
wouldn't know
failed
what to
this
say,
one.
but from the last time I went to school, that I socialized with people my age, I would say maybe 20
Okay.
is the average.
Okay. Who else? Is there anybody else left?
Yeah, so many people that I know have been in their 40s, so...
Okay.
Yeah, wow.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
21.
STDs,
21.
boy.
21. All right.
I'm going to say 23.
Okay.
24.
24.
This is
Okay.
the abortion rate right here.
Like in their 20s.
All the statistics.
In their
this
20s?
is a
Okay.
sample of reality right here.
3 to 10s.
3 to 10. Okay.
5 to 20.
20. Okay.
I would have to say about 30.
30. Okay.
The average is herpes.
Not John Zerka.
Okay. Now, with a show of hands, ladies, right? Okay. So it seems to me from all of your different answers, let's go ahead and peg it around 20, right? Would it be fair to say 20 to 25
No
here?
way.
From everybody's answers, if I'm going to go ahead and average it out. So let's say it's around 20 to 25. Let me ask you this. For a relationship to last, who has to be more sexually experienced in the relationship? The man or the woman?
Man.
Okay, raise the hands if you think the man needs to be more sexually experienced for the relationship to work. Raise the hands nice and high. Nice and high. I want to see what the thing is. Okay, so that's the majority. Now, just out of curiosity, who thinks the woman needs to be more sexually experienced for the relationship to work? Raise the hands. Nobody? That's why you need to fuck 50 bitches. People think
That
I'm
was
just
easy.
over here. People think I'm just over here being a dickhead or being a misogynist, whatever. By their own answers, the average girl has a high body count. By their own accord, the man needs to be more sexually experienced. So it is what it is.
But a
I'm
lot
telling
of
you guys
guys
to
don't
acclimate to
care
the
about
current sexual
women being good
marketplace.
in bed, right?
But we care
Can
about
I just
men
finish
being
my
good in
sentence
bed.
real fast?
We're wrapping up.
You need to acclimate to the current sexual marketplace, guys.
By the way, if that wasn't a drop the mic moment, I don't know what was.
It was the.
Do you guys agree with that? And this is where he went completely wrong.
Yeah, go on.
Just before you
Unleash.
unleash on Myron.
Yeah.
I still kind of agree with him.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear.
I still
He's not
agree with him.
lying.
He's got a point. And if you look at real life situations, there's a certain clarity some guys with a really high body count come to, whether it's they come into religion or if they come into some kind of mental enlightenment of how this whole red pill thing really works before red pill. I see it. I see it.
So do I. I can't even lie.
And you know, and I think a lot of the times you can see the men with the low body count, they do they do kind of suffer, especially when it comes into ways that women can manipulate men.
Yeah.
If you haven't got that experience,
Yeah.
you're a much easier target.
Yeah, she's probably dominating you that rather than you're leading, you're probably being led.
Yeah.
I have to agree. Like, that's very alarming. It makes you think, man, I've got to be ahead of this.
Yeah,
and then go out and do the 50 body count thing.
I
Right.
think that's what he's trying to. I think that's his point, and how he's seen it.
He did drop the mic,
and that's how you increase promiscuity for men.
I agree,
and that's how
I
you
do agree.
And there you have it, feminism for men. What he literally said, you see that logic. Everything that you said was logical.
Yeah,
it was logical.
Yeah,
but. Is it and it was true.
Yeah.
But is it where does that leave society in the future? So what I'm saying is because look, sex is not a joke.
Yeah.
It affects you. It's not just, something that we know that sex affects promiscuity affects negatively women. It affects them in a negative way, right? Why? Because they produce women produce more oxytocin than men do. All right, which means they because they produce a lot of oxytocin, it becomes harder for them after so many sexual partners to pair bond.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because they produce every time they have sex with someone, they are producing that oxytocin. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, so it affects women in a negative way. It also affects men because men also produce oxytocin, but it's just that men produce extremely low amounts of oxytocin. Do you see what I'm saying? Oxytocin is basically what allows you to pair bond with someone. Do you see what I'm saying? It's what's released when a person has sex with another person.
So it affects men less.
Yeah, it affects men less. Okay, now. If it affects men less and you're telling men they need to have a high body count, the end result, because we know that with a woman who has a high body count, you cannot have a long-term relationship with. The stats are there. It proves it. All right? So if the man also has a body count, that also lowers his chances. It's not that it affects men less. Absolutely, because a man can still have a long-term relationship, right? A man can still have a long-term relationship with a woman, even though he's got a high body count. It's true, but it still affects them nevertheless in a negative way. Okay, what he's talking about how to live in the reality that we currently find ourselves in.
Yeah.
He's saying, guys.
Yeah, which is real.
You are going to, most women in the West are promiscuous. So the solution is go and make them even more promiscuous by sleeping with them so you can have an advantage when it comes to being with a more promiscuous woman.
Do you think it could be...
It's a recipe for literally disaster because all it does, it leads both... It won't lead to marriage. It won't lead to nuclear families. It will lead to nothing.
But
it will lead to the situation that we find ourselves in.
But by doing that, in this environment, you're learning from your environment. You're learning to survive in this environment.
Yeah. If you
You're
want
learning to come out on top of this environment, because God, like I do not like the idea of me having slept with 3 girls and then I get with a girl, she slept with 25 guys.
Okay, then
the environment is saying.
Why are you getting with a woman that slept with 25 bodies in the first place?
Going by, but that's when it's got back to the sample of the market. Where are the women that's got no body count in that?
Thank you.
And that sample.
And this is where personal responsibility comes in.
Yeah.
This is when if you've only slept, do you know according to the statistics, it's 2 virgins that are more likely to actually stay together forever. Did you guys know? So, for example, a man that's a virgin and a woman that's a virgin.
We're talking realistic. How many girls out here are virgins? How many girls in church are still virgins? These girls probably go to church too.
Okay. Let's that's
how toxic the environment is.
Okay. So let's make the environment. So basically, what you're saying is make the environment more toxic.
Yeah, I might become red pill today.
What he's saying is that feminism is here to stay.
Yeah.
And that it's too powerful. The effect has been too. It's been too powerful to change it.
Yeah.
So you have to adapt.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with you.
Just say that statistically, 100% women, 15% are virgin, 85% non-virgin. How far do you have to go out your way to find that 15%?
I'm not
like, you just want to like live life, do your thing, and get on with it. But to find that 15%, and it's got to be competitive. There's got to be high value men going for these 15%. So if you're an average man and there's virgins and it's 15%, the other 85% is like, what the hell? How the hell are you going to survive?
You haven't got a chance
in that environment.
And
yeah, the odds are against you. The odds are against you.
And here's where I say, by what you guys are saying is literally adding to the problem. By men, hold on a second, wait. By men adopting this way you're thinking is what it will add to the problem, not offer any solutions. For example, we know that the part of the reason why women are so promiscuous these days is because men fund it. It's because men are out here funding it. If you really want to talk about reality and what's really going on, it's men funding it. Yes, feminism, you're absolutely right. Feminism isn't going nowhere.
Yeah, men do fund it.
Feminism is here to destroy men and women, marriage, families, the nuclear family. And this is feminism for men. Be as promiscuous as the women are. Why? Because there are no women that are there are no good women, there are no virgins. So therefore you might as well just add to the problem, add fuel to the fire, and
but
create.
What's the alternative?
The alternatives change your morals. The alternative. This is what I'm trying to say. Okay, you can operate in this way you're thinking, and then and lead civilization basically to destruction, or you can say, you know what, I'm going to change my morals or my way of thinking, and I'm going to change my circles, even though because the thing is, he's not talking about what's his name, Ben Shapiro, right? Ben Shapiro that criticized him. Ben Shapiro comes from a circle or a group of people, right, that have a belief in a certain religion, and he married his missus when she was young, and he was a virgin, she was a virgin, and they both now have a long-lasting relationship. Okay, they're married, now they've got kids, they're successful, so on and so forth. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Now, this is what I'm saying. Change your circles. Change your morals. If you hold on a second. If you don't, that's not special cases.
The minority.
No. Because for all throughout history, things have always operated in this way.
But according to that sample, this is the sample of the sexual market environment, the dating environment. Dave Chappelle's, maybe he doesn't operate in that environment, but the environment is like this.
And this is why I said change the environment. Those women are in an environment that you shouldn't find yourself in. Those women are in an environment that you think these women, this is what I'm trying to say. Change your circles. If you carry on, if you're choosing, it's like you said, if I have 3 body counts and then she has 25, she's going to have one over me. Bro, why are you with a woman why are you looking for a woman that has 25 bodies? You should be saying, where can I find women? Because right now, women that have low body counts and are virgins are a minority. Before, they used to be the majority. Now it's a minority. What I'm saying, and here's what I'm saying. Go there and find those women. But that's if you hold on. But that's if you're interested in changing the West.
Go on, finish your point.
Because the thing is, if you're interested, this is my last point. That's if you're interested in changing the Western world. If you're not interested in changing the Western world, well, carry on being as promiscuous as they are and creating the same promiscuous problem that's been destroying the family, and just add to the problem.
All right, got that.
I have to say, this Dave Chappelle guy, he's one of the lucky ones. Those ones that got a virgin are lucky in today's. To find one is like a unicorn. I have to say, that's like rare.
Also, isn't it a different age to when Ben Shapiro got married?
No, absolute nonsense.
When you look at 10 maybe
when
10,
you
20 years.
No,
Okay,
when you look
when things was more traditional.
When you look at religious communities and people that take religious seriously, when you look at religious marriages, they tend to last longer. They tend
The virgin need to let themselves known. They need to let
what he's talking about is
what
he's talking about is secular people. What he's talking about is atheists and people that have, because most of the Western world now has become atheists. When you look at the religious marriages in comparison to people in the secular world and atheists and so on, those people have long-lasting marriages. Those people are married. Most of them are married.
But the other thing is, Myron saying this isn't actually creating the destruction of the society.
It's about men's survival.
He's teaching.
It is. Actually.
He's. But I don't think what he's saying is actually going to contribute to the destruction of a society.
It will,
because I think that's already done. No. I think he's come in and he's catched on to a point and said, "Look,
I agree.
The destruction of society is inevitable. Feminism came in, messed up a lot of stuff, along with the media, mass media, governments, big pharma, all this other stuff. Yeah. What he's doing is,
and here's how you destroy it more.
No. Wait, let me stop you.
Riding with
what he's actually doing is saving the last few men that are listening with their logical part, their logical masculine part of their brain, and saying this is how you're gonna keep hold of your children.
Red pill aware.
Red pill aware.
Yeah.
This is just how you're gonna keep hold of your family unit.
By
being
leader.
Experienced in the manipulation and the narcissism that has been developing over the last 50 years in women and in children and actually in men and in everyone, basically, in the whole society, advertising, marketing, everything.
Because I even though I don't run in Christian circles or religious circles like that, I don't believe the women in these circles are virgins. I honestly do not believe these women. I believe these women, just like the women in the panel who are probably Christian as well, are participating in promiscuity behavior. I don't think the women in these religious places are virgins as well.
Okay.
To add to your point,
I believe that that him saying what he's saying is not helping men. Is what he's essentially doing is helping society, is helping feminism in the destruction of the Western world. That's basically what he's doing. And you destroy the family, you destroy everything. And what he's doing for men is saying, well, this is how you self-gratify yourself in the reality that we find ourselves in. This is how you gratify yourself, because if you're not getting married, believe me, you're not forming nuclear families either, because we've seen what promiscuity has done since the 1960s, since the sexual liberation movement. We've seen what it has done. It's not without you take away the marriage institution and people are not forming families. All people are doing is just using sex as a selfish act in order to get some kind of self-satisfaction.
Yeah, but that's not what this is about.
No.
This isn't about the self-satisfaction bit. This is about the finding the right one to maintain a healthy marriage.
Yeah,
but
that's what it's about.
Yeah, but you won't find. Okay, what do you mean by finding the right one to maintain a healthy marriage? Because they're not advocating for marriage, as we saw with Rollo Tomasi.
Yeah, he just said before you get married, make sure you sleep with 50 women.
Yeah,
along with 1.5 years saving, blah blah, the rest of it.
Because they've statistically gonna have slept with 25 by that time.
No. I didn't hear him say.
No, but that's what the whole original tweet is about. It's about don't get married until you have all these points.
What tweet we're talking about? Rollo Tomasi?
No.
We can pull that up.
The Ben Shapiro one, the one we just watched. He said don't get married.
No, he was reacting to Myron.
Yeah, Myron's the one that says don't get married.
Myron's saying don't get married. Yeah, exactly. Until
No.
you have-
Fresh and Fit and what do you call it? Fresh and Fit, and the entire red pill community advocates for not getting married. Don't get married at all
until 35.
But basically, because
until 35 and 50 body count and 1.5 year.
We can rewind it, but they didn't say that.
And then the Jew guy, the host guy, he said, "Oh, I'm ready to get married." Because I've until
that video. Play that video again. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's before you get married.
Yeah. Play it.
Okay.
So we talked about this whole thing. Talked about love, and finding love. And then, after love comes, some may say, marriage. Love and marriage and the baby carriers, that whole thing.
Trying to get married.
So, last time you guys were on my show, we talked about
hold on.
what a man...
He said, after love comes marriage.
Yeah,
he's not saying get married. He's not taking the red pill stance.
That's
keep watching.
Yeah.
What things a man must accomplish before he considers getting married. We had that whole conversation.
What things a man must listen to his answer.
Of course, Ben Shapiro got wind of it and weighed in on it. Now, Ben Shapiro and I, although both being Jewish, could have not have any more different lifestyles as it possibly is.
Them boys in the house.
Them boys. The boys are here. Okay? So he weighed in on your thoughts on marriage.
Yeah.
And I'm more on the Myron school of things than the Ben Shapiro school of things. So we have this clip teed up. Go ahead.
Wait until 35 to get married.
Wait until 35 to get married.
Yeah, that is the goal.
Yeah. Okay, wait. So that was Myron's basically saying, wait until 35 to get, and this is what you should accomplish in before.
Yes. That's it. Yeah, go on.
Okay. Even though Myron doesn't advocate for marriage at all, because
he still recognizes that this is the corner, the pillar to a good society.
No, he recognizes that it's what societies are built upon, but he doesn't advocate for marriage. That's why there was no pushback against Rolo Tomasi from Fresh and Fit. What I'm basically saying, the entire red pill doesn't advocate for marriage because the whole idea is once you get married, that's it. She can take you to the cleaners and take half and take everything, and that's because the thing is once you get married, according to the whole red pill philosophy, if you follow the red pill philosophy, if you get married, you just lost. And if you're talking about there aren't any good women, well, okay, let's take that thing. There's no good women, right? And he just gave you an advice of what you need to do in order for you to get married, and before you get married, right? So after that, all right, let's say you're 35, you slept with over 50 women, you figure, and there's no good women. So you choose one, a modern woman, right? And she probably has a high body count herself as well. Okay, you get married to her. All right. Now we both know.
I got a point as well.
Hold on. We both know.
My point doesn't relate no more.
We both know that statistically, a woman with a high body count is not going to get a good partner long term. All right. So now this man who is 35, who has slept with all these amount of women, who has made all this amount of money, and then so he chooses a woman with a high body count, right? Okay. Now, because hold on. Most women. Let me finish.
I gotta put my point.
Let me finish my point. Now, he chooses a woman with a high body count, and he decides to finally marry her at 35. Your entire philosophy crumbles because now you're married. Now she can take half of what you and this is why he doesn't advocate for marriage. Because
I wouldn't advocate for that.
No. But the thing is, what I'm debunking here is the fact that he's just said, okay, this is my, before you get married, these are the things that you have to do. Well, okay, let's say the guy does all of that. He's just added to the promiscuity, added to all these problems.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying.
And then he finally gets married to a modern woman who probably has a high body count, okay? And then what's going to happen to him after when he gets married and then she decides to leave? The whole thing doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah, but it's not a solution.
But mine's really quick. It's just one point. But after you've slept after you've slept with 50 women with a high body count, you will never marry a woman with a high body count.
But no. Hold on. Let's take your scenario, bro. Sorry, I'm not gonna go on for long. Look, just you said earlier. You two said earlier. Well, most women today, there's no. They just proved that a woman, the average woman has a high body count. Yeah. You just said right now.
After 50 of them.
After sleeping with a woman with a high body count.
No, 50 of them.
50 of them.
Actually think about it. 50, you'll be sick.
But think about it, bro.
You'll be sick of them. You'll be traveling the country,
you'll be
out of the country looking for a virgin.
And this is what I'm trying to say. See, regardless, it always goes back to trying to find a virgin because you know, as a man, this is what guarantees you a long-term relationship. This is what guarantees you marriage. What guarantees you all of those things, right? But if we stay in the West now, all right, where you gonna find this woman at?
Which woman? What?
This woman with a low body count. Where you gonna find her?
Yeah, you're not. You're not.
Where you gonna find her?
You're not.
You're not. Now, just to answer your question earlier, you turned around and said, even these religious women, blah blah blah. Okay.
Yeah. They're all getting it. They're going in. They're going in.
Here's the difference. Yeah. And I'm not pushing back against what you said. Here's the difference. They have a moral foundation in place that helps them against that more than the one who says, I don't believe in anything. I'm sexually liberated. Who's more likely to have a high body count? I'm not saying they don't do it. You're absolutely right, bro. Do you see what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying, like, attach yourself to the moral foundation or the people that have a certain moral foundation. Attach yourself to that community rather than... or you can attach to the rest of the world and be worldly and be secular, and then don't complain when she takes you to the cleaners, takes half, and you know what I mean. Like,
what's your point?
I would say, like,
you agree with me, innit, bro?
Marriage is done.
No, he agrees with me.
I reckon marriage is done. This is the road to abolishment of marriage. By the time these guys had their 50 female body count, and they're 35 and they're successful, they probably will realize by then there's no point getting married. I might as well carry on doing what I'm doing and live my best life. And when they have children, they'll raise the children however they figure it out. But I don't see them getting married.
So you said raise the children however they figure.
Yeah, they'll try co-parent. That's the word. They'll try to do the co-parent thing,
which doesn't work. No. They'll try and raise the children, but she's living in the West, where feminism is strong, where she's gonna have the leverage regardless. So you can be a high value man. Okay, this is why I say it's a recipe for disaster. It's literally
the whole environment's a disaster.
We're fresh.
The whole scenario is a disaster.
Listen. I agree with Fresh and Fit. Like I said, the whole idea of building yourself up as a man. I completely agree with them. I'm on their side. Yeah, but the idea, but the main message, which is men don't get married. Become a high value man by all means, yes, but don't get married. That only leads to the destruction of the Western world. And guess what? You're doing feminism's job. It's just that you're doing it on the manly side.
Feminism won.
I'm sorry to say it, but you're just doing the same thing.
Save yourself.
I think it was brilliant what feminism did. I mean, as far as it was absolutely genius. To get men to do their work. It's like it's like psychologically get you to do their work. Do you see what I'm saying? For them on the men's side, while they were working on the women on the female side.
Masterful, man.
It was just like you lot up. Men think they're reacting against this movement, right? They're doing the right thing. No, you're not.
You're feeding right into the hands.
You're feeding right into it.
But do you know what? If they're gonna become more traditional in today's environment, do you know they have to take a real hit. That means the men have to lead by example. If they can't find a traditional woman with a low body count, that means they got to choose. Let's be realistic. They're gonna have to end up choosing a modern woman, having a high body count. He has a low body count, and try. What's the saying? Try to turn a hoe into a housewife. Like he's gonna try be a leader and be disciplined and show her the way.
I would argue that they've been trying it.
Exactly.
But it hasn't worked.
And that's why they've given up. And that's why they've given up.
Yeah, they've
that's
given
why
up.
they're doing the red pill thing.
Exactly.
And just doing their own thing and try to get 50 bodies.
But feminism's entire plan was to destroy marriage.
Which is working.
It's worked. I'm not arguing that it's working or not working. It is working. What I'm saying is, it's worked.
Marriage is done.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, the entire thing is to destroy the institution of marriage, which will destroy the nuclear family, which will destroy if they can destroy the nuclear families, then that means you're more open to the ideologies that they will be introducing, okay, which they are doing in schools right now, and I think you lot know what I'm talking about, right? All right, which they are indoctrinating the next generation to believe in.
Need the experience of women's behavior and then manipulation tactics.
Exactly.
You could be a guy with a low body count, and you could be fooled.
Yeah,
you would think you're marrying a traditional woman, but you end up with a modern woman. Then you're screwed.
The only solution is for a man to go back to being traditional, go back to having a moral foundation, and demanding the things that he knows will guarantee a long-lasting relationship. So, for example, I don't want a woman that's not a virgin, and he stands by that. He doesn't go out and sleep with 50 women because he knows he's adding to the problem.
Yeah, but women lie about their body count, so he won't know.
No.
If that woman's a virgin.
No. He will know. Any man will know if he go if you because the thing is
if he's really traditional, he won't have sex with her until after marriage. So
that's
he won't
right.
know.
Yeah. No. What I'm saying is, you get to know the family. You get to you.
That doesn't happen no more,
my brother. What I'm saying to you, it does happen.
Women
hold on a second.
hide and
it
lie.
Does. Hold on. No.
We're talking the real world.
No,
we're talking the real world.
Real
like
world.
Myron saying, I have to.
No, real
give
world.
It to him today.
Real world. Yeah. According to your secular belief system and your secular world.
According to my environment, my immediate environment.
No. Think 20 years ago, what's his name? He managed to find Ben Shapiro. He went, why?
20 years ago.
Hold on. Because he came from a community that had belief systems and had a moral foundation. And back in the days, what would happen is you would get to meet the family, you speak to the father, and so on.
Back in the days, they didn't have Facebook and Instagram.
Exactly,
my brother. You can find it, but you have to change your circles. And if you're not a moral man, if you're not a Christian man, or if you're not part of a community that has a certain moral foundation, yes, it's going to be very difficult. I would say if you want to, for you lot, yeah, you lot are doomed. Just don't get me wrong. If you as a man, yeah, and let's not forget, it's men funding this type of behavior, by the way. Yeah. It's men liking these women's pictures. Yeah. It's men paying for paying for the sex industry. Yeah. It's men. It's men doing all of that.
So they're causing all of this.
It's men paying into the OnlyFans. Yeah, they're paying these girls only. These girls are making stupid amounts of money. Why? Because men are hold on. Men are degenerate. If men will exercise self-control, sexual self-control, and they did not fuel this bad behavior, guess what women would do? I agree
with that, actually.
Guess what women would do? Women would be forced to change.
And but do you know how long they have to wait for that change to happen?
My brother, I'm sorry.
25 years. For the next generation, the next batch. Who's got 25 years to wait? And that's why their red pill thing is more of an option.
I'm sorry also, that's 25 years of every single man not funding the sex industry.
Is that realistic?
Which is impossible.
Is that realistic?
And here's my answer to that. Sorry, Mo, go.
No, that's it.
No. Well, what
25
I was gonna say
years.
Is,
you got to wait a generation for that.
Yeah, nothing good comes without sacrifice. Everything comes with sacrifice.
Why can't the modern man or the traditional man sacrifice and get with a modern woman and try to change her? Because what's the issue with that?
Because it hasn't worked.
It's not working. I don't think waiting is going to work either.
That's a nice idea because that's the last.
Yeah, but you
can't.
Last option.
Yeah,
you can't
create sacrifice.
Hold on. You can't create a problem and then say, oh, okay, give me a way out because I don't want to face the consequences of what I caused. You can't be paying for OnlyFans, produce this type of women, you fund the entire sex industry, and then say, okay, what do I do now? No, it's gonna come at some sacrifice, at some cost. Why? Because you created that environment. You did that. So if men stopped being so sexually immoral, which most religions tell men not to do, I quote Christianity tells men, don't, sexual immorality is wrong. All right. If most men were operating off of that, you wouldn't have this industry. You wouldn't have the sex industry. You wouldn't have these girls on OnlyFans. Every 18-year-old now wants to do OnlyFans because it's easy money. You wouldn't have that. The problem is men have become too degenerate. And now you can't tell me you're not going to sacrifice because you want an easy way out. No, you created the problem.
So you got paid.
Yeah, so
you
the
got
women,
to pay.
don't get me wrong, feminism enabled it. Feminism came with the sexual liberation movement. Feminism put it...
And men enjoyed it.
And men said, you know what?
And men enjoyed it.
I'm going to go along with it.
Men and women enjoyed it.
And guess what? And now that you've produced this type of women, it's like, oh, now I don't want to sacrifice. I don't want to face up to the consequences of it.
Good point.
It's like, bro,
That's a good point.
It's going to take sacrifice if you want to change it. And I'm sorry, part of that sacrifice will mean people have to come back to Christianity that gives you a moral foundation that tells you sex outside of marriage is wrong. If without that moral foundation there, you're not going to be able to do it. I'm sorry. I don't care what you go back to. I don't care if you don't follow Christianity. As long as you are not funding the sex industry, as long as you are not, enabling it and so on and so forth, then you're doing your part. But most men are not going to find that inspiration to just do it by themselves, because guess what? They want to have sex. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why they need a moral foundation to say, hey, this is wrong. But most men isn't just, that's why I said you're gonna have to find a moral foundation, because most men are not gonna have the initiative of saying, I'm just gonna be.
We've got the moral foundation. So how does it look turning the society today into a morally more
Stop funding the sex industry.
Yeah, but so okay, so just say I'm a guy. I've accepted this moral discipline life. Your suggestion.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I want to find a woman. Where's the woman to match my moral life, my high moral lifestyle?
Okay, then you have to look at within the community that you're in. Usually, when you follow a certain moral foundation,
so are those women got to be there? Because that's the problem. They're not there.
No, they're there.
No, they're
it's
not.
Just it's just a minority.
You'll be.
It's just a minority. That's it.
You got to search really hard, because even that LGBT video that we reacted to, a lot of those people were saying, I grew up in a Christian household, I went to church, all this and that.
They're not buying it no more.
It's kids are brought up in certain religious households, but as soon as they get that internet going, they got the Facebook, Instagram, then they get older, they got Tinder, they got all these things jumping off. They're lost.
You know them because they don't usually go church. Everyone that
no one goes church no more. Just you and a few.
Yeah, but for those that do go like me, we can see that there's a community there that consistently goes to church. What I'm saying is,
wait. Let me just stop you there. Yeah, you can see it because you're a man of experience, world experiences, and business, relationship, work experiences of like that a teenager cannot even fathom. The amount of experiences like you and all of us at this table have got. They're of a completely different mindset. They haven't got that experiences
to draw from.
Even if they do go to the church or temple and do have a traditional mindset and they do have a low body count, they haven't got this type of experience to pull out this like, it's almost like a talent. To spot this.
No, my
skill.
My experience hasn't done no good for me. It has done actually bad for me. What I'm talking about.
But you can see things.
No,
exactly.
No.
You can see things.
No.
You know better.
I wish I didn't see half of the stuff I've seen. What I'm saying is, I can see what I'm talking about is when I go to church, I can see that there's a community of people that are faithful to it. and those are the people that you have to basically be with. Not everyone else in the world, not in the carnivals, not in the clubs, not in the streets. You find yourself a community that believes in what you believe in, are faithful to it. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, but the thing is, when you go to church, you can see a youngster, and you can probably work out this guy went to carnival last night.
Exactly.
Or this girl obviously had a night last night.
Exactly.
Usually, there's telltale signs.
Yeah,
usually these women are in the church.
No. Usually
they're in the church.
Usually people that are living a double life.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
People that usually live in a double life, they don't last long in the church. What happens is they stop going. They are infrequent. They don't.
Then they get pregnant and then they start going to church.
Hold on. They usually they
kids go to school and they want to go to Catholic school.
Exactly.
They usually
they're there.
They usually don't go they don't go church. They avoid church. After you've slept with 50 women, the likelihood of you finding a modern woman and changing her is absolutely nonsensical. His entire theory is absurd, and this is what I'm trying to say to you.
I agree.
Is he talking about getting a modern woman and changing them?
No,
that's the
that's your
he's not talking about that.
But think about it.
That's not going to work.
Look at the equation, because Myron, his way is modern man. So you're saying, be a modern man. When you turn 35, find a traditional woman. Shouldn't it be modern man, traditional man gets traditional woman, modern man gets modern woman? That's how it should be.
Yeah, a traditional man should look for traditional
modern
woman.
Man get traditional woman. That's it's going to be a mismatch. He's not going to be able to make that traditional woman happy unless he changes himself into a traditional.
I still think with the 50 body count, you can get married because you're okay. Say you are a modern man, yeah. You have the experience and the foresight to see what is going to work with a traditional woman.
Say that again.
I agree.
You have the experience and the foresight to see that it's only going to work with a traditional woman.
Yeah. So you should go with traditional woman earlier.
But then you have to be disciplined.
But then you don't know that until you become a modern man
and have the experience.
And have the experience. You need the experience to get what you need.
No, you don't.
You do.
You just need to marry a traditional woman.
Yeah, but you can't get a traditional woman until you've got experience.
You're saying experience.
How to lead a traditional woman.
How to lead it, and what you can't marry. Hold on, let me just say, you can't marry a traditional woman until you know the difference between a traditional woman and a modern woman.
Yes, and
how to lead.
And that's what the whole 50 body count
and all
thing
throughout
is about.
history, most people were virgins when they got married. They didn't need that experience. What I'm basically saying is, when you know, for example, what is a traditional woman? If that boy, for example, when my kids get married, right? I'm sorry, I'm going to be part of the selection process. I need to know what family they came from. I need to know what they believe in. They need to be equally yoked. They need to be Catholic. I need to know that my son is not marrying a girl that has slept around. She has to be a virgin. I need to make sure of that. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So me as a parent, I'll be part of that selective process.
Now you're going into something different. But parental responsibility.
Yeah. But the thing is, this is where
assuming children are rebellious.
But this is
they're gonna rebel.
Well, that's you lot. That's the world you lot live in. But what I'm saying is, the world that I'm creating for my family, none of that nonsense will happen. What I'm basically saying, throughout all history, this is how the process of marriage has worked out. The father, before you even spoke, when the man came over to the house, he would have to speak to the father first. Okay, so I'm creating my own world that I believe works. You lot can create your own world, because that experience,
we will.
That experience that you're talking about, only adds to the problem. It doesn't help nothing.
It does. It helps your legacy be safe. And
just adding promiscuity. How does it help the legacy?
Yeah,
sometimes you got to sacrifice a bit of society so that your legacy is safe.
I think the society has been completely sacrificed.
It has. So you need. That's why you need to just
survival.
You need to, you need
the,
to add a bit more, just so you are taken care of.
No, this is why.
And the other thing is, Myron is speaking. Probably most of the people that Myron is speaking to actually don't have a father figure around, let alone a decent traditional one like yourself.
Exactly.
We're getting to the end of the time. Kobe, do you want to round this one off first?
Guys, get a prenup if you go. Get a prenup. There's no point getting married. If you are, get a prenup. Protect yourself.
There's ways around that.
Protect yourself, man. Protect yourself, because the whole point of marriage was the whole traditional dynamic of marriage has changed. When I think of marriage, I think I'm marrying a wife, somebody to take care of the children and maintain the house. If I'm not getting that, then why am I getting married? If it's for a relationship and the dynamics have changed, then I need to speak to the woman and redefine what we're getting ourselves into. But as far as marriage is concerned, I do not see the logic right now. Not after seeing that anyway. Maybe I'll change next week.
I would say that Myron is preaching feminism for men. Promiscuity, the sexual liberation movement, feminism, is what made these women embrace promiscuity, and promiscuity is what has created the problems that we are currently facing in society today, because we know that a woman with a high body count can't have a long-term relationship. So no wonder why marriages have declined, because women are more and more promiscuous today. So what Myron is doing is adding to the hookup culture by saying sleep with as many women so that you have the experience in order to navigate the current environment that we find ourselves in. That in itself doesn't make any sense at all, because if what he's saying is, okay, if you do these things, then you'll be able to know what a good woman is and what a bad woman is. That still doesn't guarantee in the current environment, because most women these days have a very high body count. So so the chances of her leaving are still there. The chances of her being a modern woman are still there. So it doesn't change anything. In essence, all he's saying is all he's doing is adding to the problem. That's all he's doing.
Okay, I've tried to disagree with Myron on this, but I keep going back to disagree with him. I think the only way you can marry and find a traditional woman is to know what a traditional woman is. And to know what a traditional woman is, you need to know what a modern woman is, and what and how they work and how they move and how they are really good at acting and lying, basically. To put it in simple terms.
Traditional woman is a virgin.
So yeah. So I'm with Myron on this. But yeah, that's it.
Did I become Red Pill today? Damn, I never thought I would agree with these guys, man. But that experiment was mind blowing. Like, it was an eye opener. I have to say.
Feminism for men. Red pill is destroying men.
Feminism is powerful. We've been saying it. Feminism powerful.
Feminism is evil. It's satanic.
It is evil.
It's satanic.
Also, just to put on another kind of spin on things, Myron from Fresh and Fit is very talented in speaking and putting points together.
Yeah. He did that well.
And he did do that well. It was a kind of drop your in red pill terminologies.
Yeah.
It was a drop your mic.
It would be if it made sense, because it doesn't make sense. The entire idea doesn't make sense to me.
Cool. All right. So there we go.
Another one, man.
Another one on the
well done.
See you next time. Next episode, guys.